In today's video, I'm going to show you how we got 7.6 million views with a looping reels strategy that we made on this very simple but very meaningful, very emotional video that we made for our Instagram channel over at Cancer Thriver Owen. This is one of our holistic health channels and something that's really part of my story if you guys have been following me for some time. And if not, welcome. Glad to have you a part of the community. I'm Owen Video. Feel free to subscribe or like or just move on, partner, whatever it is you want to do. That's cool with me. So let's take a look at this video. It got 7.6 million views, one of our best videos. But I also want to show you, look at the video right next to it, 4.9 million views. Look at this one right here, 1.6 million views. And then even down, next to it, you see 12.6 thousand, 12.1 thousand. Then underneath that, 1.6 million. I know that this is probably more views than most of you are getting, but I want to show you that, like, even in you're getting 7 million and you're getting 4 million and 1 million, but you're still getting 10,000 as well. There is a constant discipline of practicing and publishing and uploading, even when it gets 10,000. Right? Which, compared to 7 million, it kind of like sucks, But like if you're posting reels and you're getting 1,000 views, 1,000 views, 1,000 views, and then you post one and it gets 25 views, or you go live and it only gets 25 views, it doesn't mean your video sucked. I mean, it might mean that, but it also might be a video you needed to make. It might also be a video that was just made for 1% of your audience, but they needed to hear it. Or it might have been cathartic to you to make that video. It's okay to kind of pulse back and forth between big views and views that are not so big. Now, let's take a look at the video here. 7.6 million views. I'm going to play it for you, and then we're going to kind of walk through the process.
Tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust.
Okay, I'm going to turn the audio off, and I'm going to kind of just like let it loop here. And I want to point out a few things. In fact, why don't I go to the screen and point out a few different things here. All right, so first thing I want us to recognize is the main clip, okay? The main clip is me walking from the chicken coop to the peach tree, okay? So I want you guys to be thinking about what is your main clip. I also want you to be thinking about this is like a 4-second, 5-second reel, okay? So look at that strategy. And we've got this main clip that's 4 or 5 seconds. Then we've got a headline right here. And the headline is interesting. I feel like this is where so many of you guys mess up on this, is that you have a headline, but it's boring or it's factual. Right? And instead, what I want you to do is work on something that's a little bit more interesting. Now, the big thing that you're probably all noticing is this: read my caption, right? And that's huge, guys. That is the strategy, okay? This is what we call a looping reel. All right? And this is part of our Instagram strategy. So a looping reel is a reel that it takes longer to read it than it does for the clip itself, right? So the idea is we upload a 4-second clip, but then we have an interesting headline that gets them to read the caption, and the caption should take 10 or 15 seconds to read. That's the strategy. That way the video is looping 3 or 4 times while the viewer is actively engaged. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, when I come up here on the description box, it first says, don't make my mistakes. I actually don't want to skip through this. This one sentence matters intensely. This is so important. I'm going to put imp, forgive me. Because that's all people read. It's like you've got this 1-2 punch of 1, 2. So it's like, read my caption. Okay, your caption sucks. I'm out. Right? Versus read my caption. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Don't make my mistakes. And then what happens when I open that up? When I open that up, what I get is this well-written, AI-assisted copy. Okay, so AI-assisted copy. We never let AI tell my story for me. Never let AI tell your story for you. Let AI develop it, sure, and then you got to go in there and you got to Owenize it is what we call it, okay? So, and I've got this copy that just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, right? And then I'm connected to 4. That's it, guys. Look at this. Look at this. 4 hashtags, okay? Not 25. You don't need all that stuff, all right? So this, and then look at these results just while we're here. Let's just look at these 26.5, 1,000 comments, 10.6 shares. Okay, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The most important metric for you to be measuring is going to be on Instagram is going to be your saves and your shares. How many people bookmarked it and how many people, are coming back to it over and over again. Okay, so how can you make this real? First thing you want to do is start developing a library of clips for yourself. Now, I use my iPhone, but Google Photos is a great way to go. And I've got all sorts of albums on my phone, but I also have shared albums that I share with the people on my team so that I can have team members making us reels pretty quickly. So, for this, we'll go through my phone. I already went through my phone. You're not going to see any risque. You'll see some of my nasty thumbnail pics or whatever. But, what I've done is I've got in the habit of filming myself doing these little things that I can put text in and stuff over. So I can play this, and I got 13 seconds of this, man. But I could easily put some text or, I'll improve the lighting on it and kind of doll it up a little bit. But what I want to see you guys doing is making a collection of when you go on a hike, for example. Get in the habit of getting clips. This is a great clip where I could do something like put some text above them for 4 seconds and just let it loop, right? Read my link in bio or click my thing. So get into the habit of making yourself a library of clips, okay? The next thing I want you to think about doing is, what is the description box about, right? So we talk about read my caption, right? What is the caption? What is the first sentence? So you find a clip and then you find what's the thing you actually want to teach them, okay? Then you backtrack to go, what's the headline? Oh, what's the headline you want to put up there, right? 5 innocent habits that led to my terminal cancer. And even the innocent in quotes is all just, really, it's very good, of what we're doing here. And I could show you more reels like this. This is a model that will work for you. Okay. So, follow those steps and sandwich these things together. And remember, don't just do one of these, right? You might get the formula right the first time, but the content itself was lame because you were focused on format. And then over time, it's kind of like when you play guitar or whatever, any instrument, it's bum, 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 and then over time, it'll be it'll start to sound more like music. So you got to do it more than once. This is where the silo strategy comes in. Make a couple, make 3 of these looping reels. Maybe make them all on the same topic or maybe make them all on 3 different topics, but done in almost the same way. And then sort of test what works and see if it works for you. I'd love to hear about your results if this worked for you. So share with me in the comment section or watch our whole series. I got a whole training program. We're killing it on Instagram right now. Reels and shorts are just crushing. So we made a whole video series on how to do Instagram. I'd love for you guys to watch that. Now, I'm Owen Video. We'll see you in the next one.